Welcome to the topic, Prayers for Peace of Mind. If you are looking for peace of mind, these prayers are the key to overcoming anxiety and stress in your life. These prayers not only help you find inner peace, but also motivate you to feel the comfort of God. Each prayer is a step forward in your journey to find peace, helping you overcome challenges and find hope in the midst of difficulties. As you listen to these prayers, you will feel the peace that envelopes you, like a gentle wave that soothes your soul and brings balance to your life. So let each prayer help you relieve anxiety, heal your heart, and open the door to peace for your soul. Lord, I stand before you in humility and longing to find peace amidst the many worries of life. In today's world, where work and responsibilities seem to never end, I find myself constantly caught in a spiral of stress. Every morning when I wake up, I begin a day filled with worries, plans to be made, calls, emails, meetings, and things to be done. Every minute passes quickly, like a strong wind blowing through, leaving me in a state of haste, lacking true rest. Lord, I cannot help but feel the pressure from all sides of life. It seems like every step is a burden, and every decision requires careful consideration. Unfinished work, unavoidable responsibilities, all of these leave my soul tired and stressed. In times like these, when work and life seem to pile up, I find that it is easy to lose my peace of mind. Anxiety, fear, and uncertainty take over my heart, like a wave of all the things I cannot control. I feel like I cannot escape the vicious cycle of stress, worrying about things that have not happened, problems that have not been solved. Sleepless nights, long nights with thoughts of things I have to do, decisions I have not made, consequences that may happen if I do not finish my work on time. All these worries constantly bother me, leaving me exhausted both physically and mentally. Dear God, in times like these, when I feel like a boat drifting in the vast ocean, not knowing where to land, I know that I need you. I need the comfort, the peace that only you can give me. I know that no matter how chaotic things are out there, no matter how insurmountable the challenges may seem, the only thing that remains undisturbed is your peace. While the world may bring me worries and problems that never stop growing, you invite me to come to you, to find rest and peace in your infinite love. I think of what Jesus said in the gospel, "Come to me, all you who labor and are burdened, and I will give you rest," Matthew 11, verse 28. Lord, I feel that this is not just a promise, but an invitation. You do not want me to let go of the burdens of work or life, but you also want me to find rest in my own soul. That rest is not temporary or an escape from challenges, but an eternal peace, a deep peace that only you can give. I realize that this peace does not come from accomplishing everything. It does not come from controlling everything, but from trusting in you completely, who knows everything and can guide me through every challenge. Lord, in the moments when I feel stressed and tired from all the things I need to do, I also realize that I have forgotten what is most important. I have forgotten that no matter how much I have to do, no matter how many worries surround me, I still need to find peace in connecting with you. I have let work, relationships, and daily worries take over my mind, and I have forgotten that you are always here, always ready to bring me the peace I need. I have forgotten that when I draw close to you, when I stop for a minute to pray and find stillness, that is when I truly find rest in my soul. Lord, help me to realize that peace is not a goal to be achieved after I have completed all my work, but a state of mind that can be found in your presence. You do not ask me to be perfect. You do not ask me to do everything right and quickly, but you invite me to come to you in humility and trust. I realize that only when I find peace in you, when I understand that you will guide me through every difficulty, can I truly feel lightness in my soul. Peace is not something that comes from controlling everything, but from surrendering everything to you, who knows my path and loves me unconditionally. Lord, in times of stress and anxiety, I ask you to help me look at my life from a new perspective, from a perspective of faith and hope. I understand that although work and responsibilities may pull me in different directions, when I keep my heart at peace with you, when I find rest in your love, I will have the strength to face every challenge without being disturbed. I do not need to worry about things I cannot control, because I know that you will always be with me, guiding and protecting me through every difficulty, and that you are the source of the peace I seek. Lord, I entrust all my worries and all my tensions into your hands. Please give me peace, help me find peace in my soul, and help me live each day in the comfort of your love. I know that only when I find my connection with you, when I live in the peace you give, can I accomplish every task and face every challenge without feeling overwhelmed. Lord, help me find rest in you, so that each day is a day filled with grace and peace. Lord, there are times when I feel like my life is like a rushing river, with worries and responsibilities rushing in, leaving me breathless. Work, family, friends, relationships, it all seems to be piling up on me, and I can't keep up with it all. Each new day brings new worries, unfinished work, unfulfilled plans, things I can't control. And as everything piles up, I feel my heart getting heavier and heavier, as if I can't bear it. I can't remember exactly when I lost my peace, but worries seem to eat away at my mind, and I don't know how to find the peace, the rest I need. During those days, I felt like a person standing in the middle of a storm, not knowing where to hold on to. Every time I look at my busy schedule, I feel like I am racing against time, and every step is filled with anxiety and fear. Work keeps piling up, and I cannot complete everything as I wish. The relationships around me, whether family or friends, also require my attention and sharing, and that sometimes makes me feel like I have no time for myself. The worries about the future, about the decisions I have to make it impossible for my soul to find peace, unable to feel the silence that I crave. Every night, when I try to fall asleep, thoughts about work, worries about life keep swirling around in my mind, not allowing me to relax, not allowing me to find peace. I know that in times like these, I must seek God, but sometimes I also wonder, is He there waiting for me? In this world full of chaos and trials, can I truly find peace in you? Lord, I recall the words of Jesus. Come to me, all you who labor and are burdened, and I will give you rest. MT 11:28. This word is truly a promise, a loving invitation from God, an invitation for me to find peace, to rest in your presence. I understand that this peace is not a temporary respite from work or responsibilities, but a peace that only you can give me, a peace that nothing in this world can shake. Lord, I realize that in times of stress and fatigue, I need to turn to you, to rest in your love and providence. It is you who I find comfort, the true peace that I cannot find anywhere else. I have tried to find peace in other things, in getting things done, in controlling everything around me, in trying to please everyone. But all of these things have only added to my stress and anxiety, not brought me true peace. Lord, I have forgotten that peace does not come from doing everything perfectly, but from trusting in you, from knowing that you are always with me and will guide me through every trial. Jesus taught us that in times of fatigue and stress, we do not have to carry everything ourselves. He invites us to come to Him for rest, to find peace in His presence. Lord, I pray that you help me understand that it is not that I have to do everything myself, but that I need to let go, to surrender everything to you. I cannot handle all my worries and stress on my own, but when I trust in your providence, I will find the peace I long for. Lord, in times when I feel stressed and weary, help me remember that peace is not in solving all my problems, but in knowing that I can trust you. I can leave all my worries to you, because you are all-powerful, loving, and attentive to every detail of my life. I do not need to worry about what will happen, because you have promised to take care of me, to guide me through every challenge. The peace I seek does not come from accomplishing everything, but from trusting in your love, from knowing that you are always with me, no matter how difficult things may seem. I remember the story in the Bible when Jesus and his disciples were in a boat and a storm arose. The disciples were frightened and cried out to the Lord, and he stood up and quietly commanded the stormy sea to be still. At that moment, not only the sea, but also the disciples' hearts were calmed. Lord, in the storms of my life, I too want to find peace in your presence. I know that no matter how storms arise in my life, I can still find peace in your love and protection. You will reassure me, and in the moments when I feel most helpless, you will reach out to me. Lord, help me learn to find peace in you, to learn to surrender everything to you. I cannot do everything on my own, but I know that with you, all things are possible. Help me to trust in your providence, and as I find peace in your presence, I will have the strength to face every challenge, to walk in faith and hope. Lord, help me to find rest in your love. Help me to let go of all the worries and stresses in my life, and to find peace in my soul, not from the things I can control, but from surrendering everything to you. I know that you will always be with me, guiding and protecting me through every challenge. Help me to remember that no matter how difficult life may be, only when I find peace in you can I live a full life, a life full of hope and faith. Lord, in moments of stress, when I feel like I have no control over my life, that I can't solve all my problems, I realize that the worries I carry in my heart not only weigh down my mind, but also take me away from the peace that you are always ready to give. When I look at my schedule, it looks like a map full of confusion, unanswered questions, and I don't know where to start. The feeling of anxiety overwhelms me, disorienting me and leaving me lacking the strength to continue. And in those moments, I remember the words that Jesus taught us in the Bible. Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Matthew 6, verse 34. Lord, these words of yours remind me of something very important. Worrying does not help me solve anything. It only weighs down my soul and makes me tired. When I worry about the future, about things that haven't happened yet, I lose the ability to live fully in the present, in the moments that you have given me. I realize that when I live in anxiety, I close myself off from the peace that you want to give me, and I can't experience joy in the simple moments of life. I feel that when I worry about work, family, the future, or anything else, I am trying to control things that I cannot change. I want everything to be perfect, but I understand that life cannot be completely controlled. Every day comes with surprises, and I can't predict everything that will happen. However, when I think about those worries, I realize that it is the anxiety that makes me feel helpless. Lord, help me learn to let go of unnecessary worries, so that I can live in the peace that you have promised. Lord, in these anxious days, I ask you to help me find calm in you. I understand that calm is not an avoidance of difficulties or suffering, but a state of mind that places trust in your providence. I know that no matter how challenging and uncertain life may be, you are always there, supporting me through it all. Lord, help me realize that when I trust you completely, when I let go of my worries and fears, I will find peace beyond it all. I know that anxiety is not just about thinking about the future, but also about clinging to things in the past that I cannot change. Mistakes, bad choices, past losses and hurts, all of these can make me feel regretful, and sometimes those memories become ghosts, haunting my soul. Lord, I want to learn to live in the present, not to forget the past, but to understand that the past cannot be changed, but I can choose to live in the present, with faith in the forgiveness and restoration that you offer me. Lord, help me to let go of the torment of the past, so that I can live a more fulfilling life, unencumbered by memories that cannot be changed. I remember the words of Jesus in the Bible, forgive one another, as I have forgiven you, Matthew 6, verse 14. Forgiveness is not just an act toward others, but also an act toward myself. When I forgive, it is not just to erase the sins of others, but to erase the torment in my heart, to free myself from the pain of the past so that I can move forward in peace. Lord, help me to remember that peace does not come from accomplishing everything or solving every problem, but from trusting in your love and care. I cannot do it all alone, but when I let you lead, when I surrender everything to you, I will find peace in each day. I do not have to carry all my worries because I know that you will always be with me and help me through every difficulty. I do not have to fear what is yet to come because you will take care of me and will not let me be tested beyond my strength. Lord, when I live in anxiety, I feel trapped, but when I find calm in you, I feel free. Freedom is not the absence of challenges, but having peace in my heart, no matter how things change around me. I think of Jesus' words in the Bible, "My peace I give to you," John 14, verse 27. This is not the peace that the world can give, but a peace that is eternal, independent of external circumstances. Your peace is peace in my heart, the knowledge that you are always present and with me. Lord, help me find calm in the stressful moments of life. I know that when I let anxiety take over my mind, I cannot live fully and I cannot feel your love. But when I surrender all my worries and anxieties to you, I will find peace in my soul, a peace that nothing can shake. I ask you to help me let go of unnecessary worries so that I can live each day with absolute trust in you, in your love and providence. Lord, when I feel stuck, tired of worrying, and unable to solve problems, please help me find peace in your presence. Let me know that nothing is too big for your love, and nothing is too big for me to overcome when I trust and believe in you. I know that when I let go of my worries and live in your peace, I will have the strength to face any challenge without feeling overwhelmed or exhausted. Amen. Lord, in times when I feel stressed and tired, when life's challenges continue to come, I remember the words of Jesus, "My peace I give to you, my peace I leave with you," John 14, verse 27. Lord, I understand that the peace you give is not like the peace this world can give. The peace you give is not dependent on circumstances, not disturbed by external difficulties or changes. This peace is not temporary, but eternal. A deep peace that only you can give us, a peace that nothing can shake. When I look at this life, I realize that everything can change. Work can be difficult, relationships can be difficult, health can fail, and the future is never certain. But the peace you give is constant. It does not depend on what happens outside, but is an inner peace, a peace that I can feel in every step of my life, even when I am faced with trials and suffering. Lord, I realize that this peace comes from my absolute trust in you, in your infinite love and your perfect providence. When I feel tired from work, anxious about the future, or when life's difficulties seem to have no way out, I know that I need to turn to you, to find peace in your presence. I cannot overcome everything on my own, but I know that with you, nothing is impossible. I remember the image of Jesus in the gospel when he walked on the water to his disciples during the storm. Although the disciples were frightened, Jesus reassured them with words of comfort. "Take heart, it is I. Do not be afraid," MT 14:27. These words are not just temporary comfort, but a firm affirmation that God is always with us, guiding and protecting us through every challenge. Lord, when I face the storms of life, when I feel like I am drowning in anxiety and fear, I remember the words of Jesus and feel peace in my heart. I realize that no matter how stormy the storms are, no matter how big the waves are, only when I put my trust in God, only when I seek peace in Him, can I feel the peace that overcomes everything. This peace does not come from solving every problem, but from believing that God is with me, will help me overcome every challenge, will protect me and lead me to eternal peace. Lord, I also understand that the peace that you give is not a silent, indifferent silence, but a living peace, a peace that helps me face every situation, every difficulty in life without being disturbed. When I live in your peace, I am no longer caught up in worries about the future or the past. I no longer live in fear of things that have not happened, but I know that everything is in your hands. Lord, please help me always remember that nothing in this world can shake the peace that you give me. No challenge is too great, no pain is too strong to take away the peace in my soul when I put my trust in you. When I face difficulties, I understand that they are opportunities for me to grow in faith, to understand more about your love and your providence. Trials are not punishments, but lessons for me to understand that peace does not come from completing everything or controlling everything, but from entrusting everything to God. I remember the image of Jesus when he suffered on the cross. He endured not only physical suffering, but also the pain in his soul when he had to bear the sins of the world. But even in that suffering, Jesus entrusted everything to the Father, and from that, he brought us salvation, true peace. Lord, I realize that the peace that you give me is a priceless gift, but also a great responsibility. I not only receive your peace, but also have the responsibility to preserve it, to nurture it in my heart every day. I know that for your peace to exist in my soul, I need to always live in connection with you, seek you in every situation, and entrust everything to you. When you do that, you will feel peace not only in quiet moments, but also in difficult times, in the challenges that life brings. Lord, when I find peace in you, I feel free. Freedom is not living without challenges, but living in your peace, knowing that in every challenge, you will be with me. I do not have to carry all my worries and responsibilities alone, because you are always with me, helping me overcome every difficulty. I do not need to fear the future, because you have promised that you will never abandon me, that you will always be with me, guiding me on every path of life. Lord, I entrust all my worries and all the tensions in my soul into your hands. I know that only when I trust and surrender everything to you can my soul find true peace. Please help me always remember that peace is not the absence of challenges, but the presence of you in every challenge. Peace does not come from completing all the works, but from trusting in God's infinite providence and love. I ask God to give me the peace He has promised, so that I can live a full life, confident in His guidance and protection. Lord, in times when I feel stressed and tired, help me to remember that the peace I seek does not come from solving all my problems, but from trusting in your love. Lord, as I continue my journey through life, I sometimes find myself facing challenges that seem insurmountable. The hustle and bustle of work, complicated relationships, and worries about the future always leave me feeling tired and stressed. But in those moments, I remember the words of Jesus, "My peace I give to you, my peace I leave with you," John 14, verse 27. Lord, I realize that the peace you give me is not the absence of challenges, nor is it the solution to all of life's problems. This peace comes from trusting in God's love and care, from surrendering everything to Him, and from knowing that He is always with me, no matter how difficult life may be. The peace that God gives me is not a calmness that comes from the absence of trials or worries. Instead, it is a living peace, a peace that I can feel even in difficult times, even when I am faced with pain and anxiety. Lord, I understand that this peace does not come from being perfect in life, but from knowing that no matter what difficulties I face, you are always with me and will never abandon me. I can rest assured that your love will surround me, your care will guide me through my trials, and in you, I will find everlasting peace. When I look back at the difficult times in my life, I realize that every time I turn to God, every time I surrender my worries and fears to Him, I find peace in my heart. That peace is not the avoidance of suffering, but the understanding that suffering and trials are just part of the journey that God has planned for me. I remember the words of St. Paul in his letter to the Philippians, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus." Phil 4:6-7. Lord, I realize that when I pray, when I offer up my worries and stresses in life, I receive your peace, a peace that cannot be found anywhere else but in your presence. Lord, in those moments when I feel like I am standing in front of a big mountain, when I don't know where to start, when the challenges of life seem endless, help me to remember that peace does not come from seeking perfection or solving all my problems. True peace comes from leaving everything in your hands, from understanding that I don't have to carry everything alone. I remember the image of Jesus when He called His disciples to Him so that they would not have to face the storms of life alone, but with Him by their side. Lord, I need you too in those moments. I need your presence so that I can face every challenge without feeling alone, so that I can feel peace in the most difficult moments. The peace that you give is not a temporary gift. It is not the silence of life, the absence of challenges or suffering. God's peace is the certainty that no matter how life changes, no matter how the world around me is filled with challenges, I can still find peace in His love. I don't have to be afraid of what will happen because I know that God has everything planned for me. He knows what I need and will provide for me. I know that no matter what difficulties or difficult decisions I face in life, I can still trust in His providence. Peace doesn't come from being able to control everything, but from knowing that God will lead and help me through every challenge and will make everything work out for good according to His will. Lord, in those moments when I feel tired and exhausted, help me to remember that peace is not the absence of suffering, but your presence in every difficulty, knowing that you will never abandon me. I realize that when I live in your peace, I do not have to worry about things that have not happened yet. I do not have to fear the trials that are coming, but simply live in faith, and trusting everything to you and trusting in your boundless love. Lord, I want to live each day in your peace, not because I have solved every problem, but because I believe that you are always with me, guiding me through every challenge. Lord, I know that the peace you give is not something that can be achieved in a moment, but a living relationship, a state that I must maintain each day by seeking you in moments of prayer, in contemplation, and in every decision I make. This peace is not the quiet of life, but the quiet of the heart, a peace that I can feel even when the world around me is changing. I ask God to help me live in your peace, to help me always remember that only when I completely trust and surrender to you can I find true peace. Lord, in every trial, in every anxiety and stress, help me always remember that the peace I seek does not come from this world, does not come from temporary solutions, but from trusting in your eternal love. Peace comes from knowing that you will always guide me, will never leave me to face any difficulty without your help. I ask you to help me live in that peace, to live in your love and trust in your wonderful providence. Amen.